I'm a Sambit. Not your puppet, not your prophet, he's your mirror. They told him choose a side, he said I choose truth.
Yo, what's good, Sambit squad? You see the sun outside? It better be as bright as your mood. So, like, our military chief just went to Iran and decided to start World War III with his mouth. And I'm not even joking, the government is literally scrambling right now to pretend this whole thing never even happened. This is some next level political chaos that is going to leave you shook. Even more shook than when you saw Squid Game Season 3. So check this out. General Rudzani Mapwanya, generally our military top guy, decided to take a little vacation to Iran this week. But bro, this isn't your typical Instagram travel vlog situation. Check this out. This dude went there to discuss military cooperation with a country that America basically considers enemy number one right now. Like, can you imagine the timing? We are already in hot water with Trump over tariffs and all that drama. And then our general rocks up to Iran talking about becoming best friends with them. That's like your girlfriend being mad at you and then you decide to follow your ex on Instagram. You're being counterproductive. It's not the move, chief. Not the move. The whole thing started innocent enough. They said it was going to advance military and strategic cooperation between the two nations. It sounds fancy, right? But then this man started saying some wild stuff that had everyone back home like, bruh, what are you doing? Iran's military commanders were literally gassing him up, talking about how they have common anti-oppression goals and how they want to fight against global arrogance and aggressive colonial approaches. And then our boy Mapwanya was apparently nodding along to everything they were saying, like, yeah fam, I get you homie, totally, let's do this, yeah, I want to side with Iran. But here's where it gets spicy. Iran's generals started praising South Africa for our courageous stance against Israeli-US aggression. Now listen, I'm not trying to get into the whole Middle East thing because, hey yo, that is a whole other mess in itself that needs a separate video. But imagine being America right now watching this unfold. They're probably like, okay, so we're dealing with tariffs and now your military is making friends with Iran. Are you kidding me? Like really, bruv? The Iranian chief of staff, some major general guy called Mossavi, was basically throwing a whole military friendship party. He was talking about how Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps is apparently the world's largest anti-terrorist force and they want to share their valuable experiences with us. Bro, that sounds exactly like the kind of sharing that is going to make Trump even more mad at us than he already is. And let's get this. They took our general to visit their Army Command and Staff University. That's basically like Iran showing off their military homework to our top guy. The Iranian commander was all like, we are so grateful for South Africa's wise stance against Israel, and probably giving our general the full VIP treatment. Now, here's where the comedy starts. Back home, people started asking questions, as they should. Yo, what is our military chief doing in Iran making these kinds of statements? What is our SANDF doing in Iran in the first place? And suddenly everyone in government was like, statements? What statements? We don't know anything about statements. So basically the Department of International Relations basically threw Mapwanya under the bus faster than you can say diplomatic crisis. Because they put out this whole statement being like, actually, General Mapwanya doesn't speak for our foreign policy. That's the presidency's job. So whatever he said over there doesn't really count. If it doesn't count, then why'd you take him there, genius? Can you imagine being that general right now? You're probably sitting in some Tehran hotel thinking you're doing important military diplomacy. And then back home, your own homies that took you there, your own government is basically disowning you on live television because they know they're lying. All I'm saying is that's gotta hurt worse than getting dumped on WhatsApp, especially if you've been in a very long relationship with that person. Because the defense military joined the panic party too. saying the same thing, like, nah, fam, that's not our official position. Hey, the general was just expressing his personal opinions. Like, how do you explain that? Your top military guy goes to another country and starts making policy statements, but it's just his personal opinion, a personal opinion that needs him to go all the way to another country. This whole situation is giving me secondhand embarrassment for our government. It's like when your little brother says something embarrassing at a family gathering and then everyone has to pretend it didn't happen. Except this time, the family gathering is international relations and your little brother, well, let's just say he's in charge of our entire military. The timing couldn't be worse either. Homies, we are already dealing with Trump's tariffs. Our economy is struggling and we've got our military chief apparently making friends with Iran, while America is watching. It's like we're speed running how to make powerful countries angry at us. It's almost like we're doing it on purpose at this point. And you know what's really wild? Iran was probably loving every second of this. They're getting our military chief to visit, talking about cooperation, sharing military knowledge. And meanwhile, our government back home is probably getting phone calls from angry American officials being like, what exactly is happening over there? No, sir, your signal, I can't hear you. Dude, the whole thing shows how disconnected our government departments are from each other. Like, did nobody think to maybe coordinate this Iran visit with our foreign policy people first? Did nobody think, hey, maybe check with the presidency before we start talking about military cooperation with Iran while we are already in trouble with the United States of America? It's giving big left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing energy. And honestly, it's making us look so dumb. It's making us look like we don't have our act together, especially on the international stage when it actually matters. Foreign investors and diplomatic partners are probably watching the circus. Like, yo, how do these people even communicate with each other? What is this, a toxic relationship? The funniest part is how quickly everyone backtracked. It went from advancing strategic military cooperation to the general doesn't really represent our foreign policy in like 24 hours. That's faster than a TikTok trend dying out. But here's the real issue though, it's not that, it's this. This kind of confusion sends mixed signals to everyone. You're confusing everyone. Iran probably thinks we're on their side now. America's probably even more suspicious of us. They're looking at us like this. And our own citizens are sitting here confused about what our foreign policy position is. Because we're hearing over there, they're making discussions. Over here, they're like, don't worry about him. Why? Somebody is the fool here. The presidency is probably having emergency meetings. Like, who the heck authorized this trip? The defense ministry is probably throwing the general under the bus. Like, we didn't know he was going to say that. Sure you didn't. And meanwhile, Iran is probably setting their next phase involving their partnership with us. Because now they're going to go to their next phase thinking that we are partners with them because we're the ones that went there to discuss stuff with them. More cooperation, right? Making statements that embarrass us internationally and then scrambling to do damage control afterwards. It's like the tariffs thing. Trump was like, I'm going to bring tariffs. We're like, bring it on. And then a day before, Cyril's calling Trump, please don't do this. We went from trying to fix our relationship with America to accidentally becoming Iran's new best friend. And nobody seems to know how we got there. This is exactly the kind of amateur hour diplomacy that makes other countries not take us seriously. Now I understand now. Because how are we supposed to negotiate with superpowers when we can't even coordinate a simple military visit without creating international incidents? Everyone knows we were at Iran now. So we screwed up even if we weren't authentic about it. So now we're stuck in this awkward position where Iran thinks we're allies and then America thinks we're choosing sides against them. And our own government is pretending the whole thing was just a misunderstanding. America's the ex, Iran is the new girlfriend. We didn't really dump America. We never really left America. So when they see us talking to Iran, they're like, you know? And then South Africa's like, nah, like, it's not what it looks like. Iran is like, what you mean it's not what it looks like? Aren't we dating? South Africa's like, shh. no, like, guys, this this is a misunderstanding. And then America's like, no, it's not. Who the hell is she? You know what I mean? Like, we in that type of situation. We in the middle. But hey, at least we're entertaining the international community with our political chaos. Because nothing says stable democracy like your own military and your foreign policy departments publicly disagreeing about what your actual foreign policy is. So, what do you think, Sambit Squad? Drop your comments below. Maybe you think I'm wrong talking about all of this. Just drop your opinion. Ask me anything. Let me know if you think our general went too far, or if this is just more government incompetence. Or tell me if he did the right thing. Maybe we are doing the right thing, joining forces with Iran. Maybe, tell me that. Maybe that's what you think. Nonetheless, smash that subscribe button and let us continue building the summer movement. This is the Summer Sambit, and like always, you see the coat I'm wearing? Haha, can't beat me. Drip, can't beat. Check this out. Check. Let's do a drip check. Polo neck, navy blue polo neck. Check this, the coat. I'm wearing like Lord Jacob Rothschild. Ha! I'll see you next time.
He speaks for all, not but not small. The Summer Sambit, standing tall, not black, not white, but logic's flame, burning in truth, not chasing fame. From Cassie lanes to marble halls, his voice breaks down the silent walls. He speaks for all, no fear, no fall. The brave, the broken, he speaks for all.